I can't work like this anymore. If I don't take care of this mess, I can't move on to the next project. The reason this keeps on happening is because there's not a set place for some of these things, so they just keep piling up. The scrap wood, it keeps multiplying by the day, and I just keep putting stuff everywhere as I work until I can no longer walk through my workshop. My goal is to declutter and organize this entire workshop in less than 3 days. First, I gotta move this stuff out of the way so I can walk around. And I'm gonna be timing myself to see how long this takes me, and so that I'm less likely to procrastinate. I guess I'm gonna start with this side, which is the worst. This is where I keep my sawhorses, I keep my step ladder, and this roller thingies, whatever they're called. But I don't like how I'm storing it. It always ends up piling up and taking so much space, and I use this all the time, so it needs to be accessible. This corner is okay. I like the table saw being here because I can just pull it out, point it outside, and all the sawdust just blows outside. This is fine up here because this is everything that can go. And it's away enough from the chemicals that also go. So I'm gonna leave that alone up there. This is the base I built for the IKEA bookshelves, and I built it too small. But I think this makes a great shelf. I'm thinking one long shelf up here, and instead of having two shelves on top of each other, just put everything on one. I'm gonna get rid of this shelf, and that should give me plenty of room to organize everything that I keep shoving under here. Yeah, that's the plan. This workshop used to be one of my happy places, the spot where I build most of my projects and pretend I totally know what I'm doing. But lately, every time I open the door, it feels like a slap in the face with everything in the shop yelling, "Clean me or else." So I do what any reasonable person would do. I pretend I don't see it and just keep on working. The problem is I'm not great at tricking my brain into ignoring the mess. These are cabinet doors that I've been using as shelves. So I get really overwhelmed and I just want to run away after I look at 50 things and they all yell, "Fix me, fix me, fix me, fix me." Okay, I'm done talking about my feelings. Here's the next part that needs to be fixed. I like the idea of having pegboard on this wall wherever it fits so I can hang more stuff, but not like this. This is a mess. That was a lizard. So many dead spiders. And there's a live one right there. But I'm pretending it doesn't exist. And as long as it doesn't move, we're good. I'll probably get it later. I think I made the mess worse, but I'm just gonna say trust the process. It looks worse before it looks better. I'm gonna put the shelf up and then I will have a place again to put all of this stuff I just took off. Remember I said it gets worse before it gets better? I barely have like any space to work. I feel like I'm crammed in here. This wasn't supposed to be this hard, but it's like jam in there, so I can't take it out and cut it. Okay, so what I've been trying to do is add wood here that's gonna go behind the shelf so that when I put any small bottles or anything like that, they don't fall through. So it also gives me like a little bit more shelf space. So when I do that here and all the other two spots that there's a gap. There's also gonna be too much overhang here, and everything I'm gonna put on here is gonna be really heavy, so I'm gonna add some blocking here so that I can put another bracket. There. See, that fits perfectly there. Misty! Let me see that ball. Let me see that filthy ball. Let me see. Good girl, Misty. You're such a good girl. I'm having a hard time figuring out how I'm going to organize this wall because everything that goes here is big. I'm thinking I'm gonna hang the sawhorses here. I don't like having to move 10 things to get to one, but I also don't have a lot of space. So I don't have a lot of options. I have been staring at this wall and moving things around for like 30 minutes, and I still haven't made up my mind. Where's my tape measure? Misty. Misty. I have a lot of scrap pieces of pegboard, so I am going to measure and figure out how to make it work. So anywhere I have space, I can just hang things and organize them. This multicolor pegboard isn't gonna do it for me, so I'm gonna open up one of these color samples I have laying around, and I'm gonna make it all the same color. While I finish painting this pegboard, let me answer two of the most common questions I get about my workshop. The first one is, how big is it? My workshop is 10 by 20, which in my opinion is a pretty good size, but I think I'm slowly growing out of it. I keep getting new tools and more stuff, and the space stays the same. So I'm constantly trying to figure out how to make everything fit in here. And one of the most common space challenges I run into is when I have to work with 4x8 sheets of wood. The second question is, how does it get power? Well, for the longest time, I just ran an extension cord from the house, but I realized that's probably not the safest setup. So not too long ago, I had an electrician run a proper line, and honestly, it was pretty impressive watching how they did it. I gotta wait until this dries, so I'll just come back to this tomorrow. This all took almost 5 hours. I know it seems like a short day, but I spent the first part of the day filming an intro and taking a bunch of thumbnail pictures, so cut me some slack. Go get it. Go get it, Misty. Good girl, Misty. Good girl. I live in Florida, so between hurricanes, random thunderstorms, and trees constantly falling on power lines, outages happen way more often than I would like. Luckily, this time I'm prepared thanks to the Jackery 3600 Plus, which is sponsoring today's video. This isn't just a small backup battery to charge your phone. The 3600 Plus was built for families, like a household of 3 to 6 people. So it keeps your essentials running, like the fridge, which can be powered for up to 14 days with expandable storage. It is the world's lightest, smallest 3.6 kilowatt hour power station. It's the same size as my carry-on suitcase. It's still pretty heavy for me to carry by hand, but it has a handle and wheels to roll around it when you need it, which is great when I have to drag it across the yard to connect it to the solar panels. Charging it is flexible too, but the solar panels are my favorite when there's no power. And it can fully charge in about 4 hours with 25% solar efficiency. Plus, they're waterproof and wind resistant. And since the solar panels could qualify for the residential clean energy credit, you can get up to 30% back on the cost with tax credits. Now let's talk about durability, because this isn't just for emergencies. Misty! Great job, Misty. You just knocked down the camera. Come here. Come here. Come here. Here's your stick. Here's your stick. Here. Get. Sorry. Like I was saying, this is not just for emergencies, it's something that you can rely on long term. It's rated to last over 10 years with more than 6,000 charge cycles. And even if you use it daily, it will still keep 70% capacity after a decade. And for peace of mind, Jackery includes a 3-year standard warranty. Whether it's a storm knocking out power or just wanting backup for my workstation, I know that I'm covered. So if you want to check out the Jackery 3600 Plus, I'll have the link in the description. Thank you, Jackery, for sponsoring this video. Since I got done early yesterday, I went to the store and I got some organization thingies to go on the pegboard. So that added about a couple hours of time for day one. And this morning, I went ahead and did a second coat on the pegboard, and now I need to mount everything. I realized it would be easier to mount the brackets on top of the pegboard instead of cutting the pegboard around the brackets. let me do this again. Since I'm working with scrap pieces and just putting them together however I can, I noticed the seams were a little floppy, so I had to add some support behind it. One of the main reasons this took so long wasn't actually cleaning up the mess. It was just me standing here, staring at this wall, trying to figure out how to organize it so everything's easy to reach and I don't end up stacking stuff on top of each other again. This isn't the first time I've organized my workshop, but the last time I focused on the other side.
It's dead, mama.
No, I don't care, it's nasty. Finding spots for most of my tools. This side though, I honestly had no idea what to do with it. It took me this long because I needed time actually using the space to figure out the most efficient way to set it up. I'm so glad everything has a place over here now. It looks so good compared to what it was. Oh my goodness. I still need more space, but I did what I could to make it work. I even added a thing over here for the brooms because the brooms, they just float around the workshop wherever I can find a spot for them. I have to go back to the store because I need more hooks for this right here. I decided to put this over here, but I'm out of hooks that are the right size. I have all the chemicals, all the stain. Eventually the stain is gonna go inside the house because it's not climate control in here and I don't want it to go bad. And I'm only going to keep a handful of spray paint. I'm getting rid of all the spray paint, everything on that shelf. I'm getting rid of it because I just don't use it. But yeah, I didn't think this would take me this long. I thought it would be further today, but I guess not. I don't know how I'm supposed to get the rest of this done in one day. I don't know where to start. There's so much. Oh my goodness. I don't even know how I'm gonna get all this done today. I guess I'll just start with the scrap wood. I think that's the worst part. That's what's making this big old mess here in the middle. Oh, hello there. I'm sorry, did you get caught up on sawdust? You have sawdust all over you. Seeing the progress so far already makes me feel so much better. It gets this bad because when I'm in the middle of a project, I don't really want to slow down to organize. But eventually, it catches up with me. And when it does, the chaos kind of reflects how I feel. But fixing this is my way of taking back control and resetting because it's hard to find room to create when there's not even room to walk. I got this whole side done and the mess I had in the middle. I organized all of the scrap wood, which I am drowning in scrap wood again. Let me know in the comments some ideas of projects I can make with scrap wood. I would love to do another scrap wood project. Anyways, I am so happy that I can walk in here again. There is space. Whew, I'm dizzy. I can't do that. Okay, so I got rid of the spray paint. Oh, I even went to the dump and completely got rid of the spray paint. So it's gone, it's not in here. I just put a hook there to hang this tool. These are organizers I got for screws that I'm gonna sort out a little later. Hopefully I have time today. And I got this thing because I needed a little bit more drawer storage, but I didn't want to buy a whole toolbox because these are a little pricey. But I'm running out of space here, so I needed just a little bit of extra storage. And I got these. And I just had a bunch of stuff thrown in here, and I decided to get storage bins so I can organize it better, and I make sure they're clear so I don't forget what's in there. These are empty, but I'm sure I'll find something to put on here once I go through this side. I'm 5 hours in today, and all I have to do is this whole side, which looks pretty bad, but I don't think it will take me that long because everything here actually does have a place. And I'm just messy. So I just have to put everything back. This side right here was what I needed to come up with how to organize it. This is just putting things back. So hopefully it won't take me that long. I've been without a working vacuum for over a month. So the sawdust situation got a little out of hand. But I finally got a new one right before starting this project, and I'm telling you this just in case you're judging me. Although you've probably been judging me since the beginning of this video, and that's okay. This has a happy ending, one where I'm no longer embarrassed to show you my workshop. This side actually took way longer than I expected. I was trying to find a spot for everything and then ended up in the drawer where I keep all my fasteners. So yeah, that took a minute. But at least I got these dividers now so everything's organized and easy to find. I got these things at Harbor Freight, and I think they're pretty cool. You buy them in single units, but you can attach them together. See? You can attach them sideways, or you can stack them up. And I like them because I have a lot of like little stuff that I just keep here. Before I started decluttering, I couldn't come in here without immediately getting stressed. I can usually deal with the visual clutter if I'm in the middle of a project, maybe for a few days. But my last project took weeks, and the mess just got out of control. This workshop is one of my happy places. It's where I build things, and I love building, but lately, I didn't even want to come in here. So I'm glad that I challenged myself to declutter and organize as much as possible in 3 days. It's not perfect, but it's enough to be efficient and for me to want to build again. This wall, I love how this wall turned out. I no longer have to move 10 different things to get to one thing. I still have to move a couple things, so workbench here, but that moves easily, and I can just get to my sawhorses, which I use all the time. Everything is so easy to get to without too much effort. So this was a good call. I'm very happy with this. And just overall, organizing everything else, I feel so much better. Anyways, let me know. What do you think? Thank you everyone for hanging out with me during this decluttering process. And thank you patrons and members for your support. I will see you all in the next video.